Be fully alive. Choose what you want for your life. Choose what you think possibility, right? And shift. Where is Naomi? Yes. That's how we're connected.
Perfect.
So everything starts with self. So how do you find self? How do you decipher everything? Because we know everything out here is not really real. We know what's real, but can you just speak a little bit on finding self?
The conversation of self has sadly been left out of our orientation of who we are and our relationship to life. So it's a fantastic question. And self is all that we are inside, the mental, emotional, spiritual composite that we are. And the physical body has been given all of this attention. And now it's time for us to be curious. If you get curious about who you are on the inside, how you think, why you think the way you think, reach for new thoughts, reach for expanded ideas of yourself, you will meet up with an expanding experience of yourself with a capital S. And in the little book of Big Lies, I think one of the most exciting chapters is the one where you discover that inside of you there's this surviving self, this thriving self, and this infinite self. And getting to know that composite and taking charge of the balance of those three is everything.
With you traveling so much, it seems like you have to really recalibrate yourself a lot. And I don't know if hikes are always available to you. What other things do you do? Maybe just waking up or anything that you try to keep with you in your daily practices?
That's such a beautiful question, Kaylin. My game is creating a new way of being, right? So my game isn't holding on to energy, or it isn't even just being resilient. It's living in a way that restructures my way of being on the planet. And so everything that I'm talking about becomes my practice so that it becomes my way of being, right? So that like that little dog is managing that big dog, right? So that our what seem like little practices right this moment become strong enough and powerful enough to manage these bigger habits that we have been defaulting to, but are no longer who we want to be. Did that answer the question? Yeah. So start with going after a practice, but know that the intention is for that practice to become your way of being. And then you can't be separated from the practice because it's your way of being.
Very
Right?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consistency, I think, obviously plays a part in that. Right?
And I love that. Thank you so much, because sometimes I can get caught up, but consistency it's a very clear way of saying it. If we practice the kinds of things that are in the little book of Big Lies and the kinds of things you're already doing, if you practice them consistently, they become your way of being. Here's the news flash. Everything is waiting to be a habit. Everything is waiting to be a habit.
Let's get that
That's
on a
the
t-shirt.
good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff and the stuff you don't want. It's all waiting to be a habit. And the only thing that transforms it into a habit and then your way of being is your the amount of consistency that you invest in that thing.
Absolutely.
Think about it this way. See these beautiful trees? This cloud formation? Everything yearns to be, at least for a moment in time. And how we interact with a thing can take it from being a moment in time to a lifetime. So you have a hurt, it's a moment in time until you grab hold of it and you look at it and realize how much it has damaged you, and you go back to it day in and day out and confirm how awful it was to your life. And the more you hold on to it, the more it's going to be right there with you, right there as your reality, because you've taken a moment in time, grabbed hold of it so tightly that it became your lifetime.
When I was very young, someone told me that I couldn't dance, right? And that stuck with me. Yeah. So whenever I would go to a party or out to some type of place, a club or whatever, I would stand on the wall and say, I can't dance. And it's funny because even back then, I saved a talent show because someone didn't show up and I knew all the steps. I got in there, I did it, we won, and I still had this thing like, I can't dance. But when I was about 45, I was at a party and I just said, you know what, I'm sitting here, all these years I've been watching these people out here not being able to dance, and I'm thinking, I can do that.
That I can do.
Right. Like, it's just a two-step, I can do that. And I got out there and I did it. And it has meant the world to me. And it just brings back what you said about someone saying something to you when you're a child. And it just sticks with you, and you carry it with you. And I carried that with me for so long. So that was really like a wow for me.
That was the lie, right?
That was the lie.
Exactly. That's the lie. And tequila, that's such a great analogy. And again, looking at our language, you just said, you know, it stuck with me. And then you actually said the truth. You carried it with you. Because it can only stick if you carry it. If we choose to carry it. That choose comes from a little inner fitness song that we sing. You have to shift away from something's wrong and against me, thinking step into and embrace. I have choice, just think possibility, think possibility, 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 and one more thing you have to let go, walk away, turn your back on victim, shame, and blame. Now, what's really wonderful is that in the 5th grade, I got on stage to sing and froze. Froze so badly that they had to carry me off stage. And it threatened me becoming the actress that I wanted to be. I stopped singing. I don't even listen to music. But now I sing all off key because I get to choose what I believe. I get to choose what I carry. I get to choose how to be fully alive.
Beautiful.
How's life? Is life good? Is life life is so good. Oh, life is so good. It's so good. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. When you run into people who know you, it's so good. Hey,